What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is currently Saturday as I'm filming this portion of the video. This week has been a little crazy. I got back from Tampa at the beginning of the week, if you watched the last episode. And during or after one of my runs there, later in that day, I started developing a little bit of a pain in my calf/ankle area. My next couple days were recovery days, but leading into this week, it was still bothering me. So Monday, I just did a mile run and it was hurting, so I rested. Tuesday, I did the exact same thing. Wednesday, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, so I did a 15-minute swim, and then just spent the rest of that day stretching and kind of doing some mobility work. It's something I've been focusing on, especially as I've entered this ultramarathon prep of just trying to stretch at least 2 or 3 times a week. I think it's really important just to make sure that I'm keeping my lower body loose with how many miles I'm running, and I'm going to continue to run. And I also am already just naturally really tight in my lower body, so I'm trying to do more stretch sessions like this one so I can help just make sure I'm taking care of my body. And then by the time Thursday came around, I knew that I wanted just to give my calf some extra time. So I, at that point, decided I wasn't going to do any running for this week. And so Thursday, I went and hit a 10-mile run. That was really good. I had a really good session on a stationary bike here at my apartment complex. I did 10 miles just in zone 2. And honestly, it felt really good to move the body and to sweat a little bit. And so that was a really good workout. You know, it's really hard for me to work out in situations like this when I'm not able to fully stick to the plan because my calf kind of hurting and then being a little sick. I've noticed that when I have to stray away from my routine, it really just affects the rest of my day. I'm such an all-in or all-out type of person, and so to have to like do a bike workout today, you know, even though it's not what I want to do, I still need to be present and I still need to execute. I can't just lay off the gas and not do anything. And then I plan on doing like at least an hour bike ride again. Probably going to stay at zone 2, maybe push to zone 3 for a little bit. My calf feels really good today. When I was walking my dog this morning, I didn't notice it, which was like the first time I could take a step and wasn't noticing it. So I think the stretching is definitely helping. Going to continue to do that. My thoughts moving forward is I'm very much like something fails to kind of reevaluate things. I think with how little of a base, like I said, I've only been running for not even a full year yet. I think with how quickly I'm adding mileage, just my body is not used to it. So I'm thinking about maybe removing one running day and adding an actual bike day, just to give my joints more time to recover, a little bit less impact. I think biking would be really good because it's very similar. A lot of similar muscle groups being used. Plus, if I ever want to do a triathlon in the future, which I definitely think I want to, just be good to get some time on the bike. So I'm thinking about doing that just to lighten the load up a little bit until I can run without having to do that. But I think just to keep my body healthy, it would be smart to mix and match adding some biking or swimming in, because both of those are just so much easier on your body, but still very much builds up my endurance and is a full body workout. So I think that is something I'm going to start doing moving forward, just to, like I said, lighten the load. And yeah, I mean, I think that's smart, just to give your body, it's almost like another rest day essentially, just because it's so much less demanding on your body than running. And I think that's something that I definitely don't like fully account for, is just like how tough it is to run on pavement and asphalt and concrete all the time. And I try to hit gravel trails whenever I can, but it's still a lot. And the fact that I haven't been running for more than a year right now, I think it's just a lot on my body. So that's going to be the plan, just to kind of change it up a little bit. So I just wrapped up my 10 miles on the bike. I did it in around 44 minutes, which was like 13 and a half miles per hour. I was sitting around 120s, 130s most of the ride. Good to get that one out of the way for sure. I definitely enjoy the bike. I think I just need more time on it. I need to get over that hurdle of like, I remember the thought of running for an hour nonstop seemed very overwhelming to me at the very beginning. And because that just felt like a long time. And once I did it, it was like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. And I need to get that on the bike, just get more time on the bike, because I feel like I'll really like it. Once I kind of just get comfortable and all my muscles get used to it, I can see myself really enjoying it. It's just been a long time since I've been on a bike consistently, so I'm excited to cross train with the bike as well. Tomorrow, normally Sunday, is just like another cool down recovery day for me. Because of everything that's going on, I'm going to see how I feel. I've been getting a little congested on top of like the sore throat that I had earlier, so I might just use tomorrow to rest. I go on a cruise next weekend, so I'm hoping to kind of be 100% for that, so I can start running a little bit next week, because my foot's been feeling a little bit better. I want to introduce some light running in, and maybe I'll continue biking and swimming for next week. Kind of do a hybrid of some running, just to see how the calf and foot feels. But yeah, go on the cruise next week on Thursday. So trying to just take care of my body so I can recover. So tonight will be the last kind of day of this episode of ultra training. Definitely my first, I would say, like, not pretty week. I think real workouts, I did two or three real kind of like workouts. The rest were kind of just doing something just to move around and test this. Like I said, I am getting a little sick, so I'm not trying to do anything crazy. But yeah, the first, I would say, sloppy week. Other than this week, I think I've been pretty much 100% on all my training plans. So yeah, hopefully this flushes all through tomorrow and Monday and we can get going good on Monday. I would love that. Love to run again. But next week's episode next week could be a little rocky, depending on if I'm better and what it's like on the cruise. I know they have a track up top, but filming everything, we'll see. So next week I'll do my best to get some shots of what I'm doing still. But that's going to wrap up today's video, or this second episode, week 6 of ultra training. If you're enjoying this series, make sure you all like and subscribe. Send this to a friend. Or someone who maybe is training for an ultra marathon, or save it for if you ever want to train for an ultra marathon. I'm super excited, and know that there's going to be weeks like this, and it's just about making more good weeks than there are bad weeks. And so that's exactly what I'm going to keep doing. So I'm about to stretch out and get ready for bed. 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. This is what it is. So I'll see y'all later.
Deuces. See y'all next week.